You know, if it's not about sports, I find it very hard to concentrate.
So if you're a fan of college football, you've likely heard of Travis Hunter. He was the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner. He helped lead Colorado to a 9-4 record and an Alamo Bowl appearance, all while playing both sides of the ball. It is almost a certainty that he will be a top 10 pick next month when the 2025 NFL Draft is held. And he's truly one of the most athletic guys we've seen in college football in quite a while. I did a video on him a couple months ago about his awful girlfriend, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. It actually has nothing to do with his girlfriend. Recently, he was asked about Shohei Ohtani, who is a Japanese baseball player who plays for the defending World Series champions, Los Angeles Dodgers. Like Travis, Ohtani plays both sides, meaning he bats but also pitches. So Travis was asked which is harder, playing both sides in football or playing both sides in baseball. So today I'll be reacting to a video done by iTalk Studios about the situation and giving my thoughts on it. If you like baseball, go check out iTalk Studios. It's a pretty good channel.
Total of 1 at-bats for Shohei Ohtani to hit his first home run of 2025. It took a total of 1 dose of penicillin for me to get an allergic reaction, and it took a total of 1 sentence for Travis Hunter to sound like a complete idiot when discussing baseball, and specifically Shohei Ohtani. I mean, this is right up there with tentacle head Cam Newton levels of ignorance. Baseball is objectively the hardest sport to play.
No, it's not, dog. That's hockey. Hockey is the hardest sport to play by far. Here's a quote by Brendan Shanahan, who played for the Detroit Red Wings. Quote, "Is hockey hard? I don't know. You tell me. We need to have the strength and power of a football player, the stamina of a marathon runner, and the concentration of a brain surgeon. But we need to put all this together while moving at high speeds on a cold and slippery surface while 5 other guys use clubs to try and kill us. Oh yeah, did I mention that this whole time we're standing on blades 1/8 of an inch thick? Is hockey hard? I don't know. You tell me. Next question." Unquote. And one thing he didn't even mention was that sometimes you have to get in bare-knuckle fistfights with other full-grown men. Hockey is way harder than baseball, dude. It's not even a contest. And I like baseball, dude. I love baseball, but hockey's harder.
It's a pretty simple concept and takes 0 levels of smartness to understand why that's the case. Hitting specifically, it's the only thing in the world where having a success rate of 30% is considered elite. And to pitch is seemingly impossible because as good as pitchers are, big league hitters are just as talented in their own right.
Yeah, and he makes a great point that batting might be one of the most hard things in terms of skill to do in sports because 30% is considered elite. If you have a 300 batting average, you're like Hall of Fame, like first ballot Hall of Fame, no questions about it. But then he kind of destroys his own point by saying that pitching is just as hard. Well, by that logic, pitchers have a 70% success rate, 80%, sometimes 90%. And so it doesn't really work both ways. Pitchers do have to have precision, control, and all of that. But you can't have it both ways, man. You can't.
As for those not aware, as I'm one of them until recently, I didn't even know who Travis Hunter was until I saw all this drama on the internet about his girlfriend being
I put the H and the O in ho.
So that should tell you how plugged into college football I am. But Hunter is a college football player who's about to get drafted into the NFL. And the big thing about him is he's a two-way player. He plays wide receiver, but also cornerback. And so naturally, comparisons to Shohei Ohtani will come along with that. And when asked directly what's more difficult between what he does and what Shohei Ohtani does, this was his answer.
Probably me, what I do in football, because it's a lot on your body. You know, Tony, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
A lot of people think baseball players are just fat guys sitting around, and don't get me wrong, there are plenty of those around. I mean, an older woman once complained years ago to Phillies legend John Kruk when he was on the road in a hotel since he was smoking a cigarette, and his response, "I'm not an athlete, I'm a professional baseball player." But
didn't you say earlier that baseball was the hardest sport, though? And then you said that a baseball player was asked why he was smoking a cigarette, and he said he's not an athlete, he's a baseball player. Dude, I love your channel, I'm subscribed to you, but you gotta pick one, dude. You're like a car swerving back and forth between lanes. I'm getting whiplash here, dude.
I mean, call baseball players fat all you want, but there's a reason most baseball players can jump onto an NFL field or NBA court and at least look competent, while the vast majority of NFL and NBA players look like idiots holding a baseball bat or throwing a baseball.
Oh, dude, this might be one of the worst takes yet. There are so many examples of notable NFL stars that were drafted into the MLB. Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Steve Young, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Jameis Winston, Matt Castle, Eric Decker, Colin Kaepernick, Golden Tate, Brandon Whedon, Dante Culpepper, John Elway. The list goes on. I could name probably 30 more just right off the top of my head. This was horrible, man. Horrible.
Is what Travis Hunter does harder on the body than what Ohtani does? Yes.
Isn't that exactly what he said, though? Let's roll the tape back. I could be wrong. Let's roll the tape back.
Probably me, what I do in football, because it's a lot on your body. You know, Tunney, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
Okay, so it sounds like y'all are in agreement then. I don't understand why this video needed to be made, honestly. I really don't. I like iTalk Studios. I'm subscribed to him. I enjoy his videos, but this was totally out of left field. No pun intended. But regardless, guys, go check out iTalk Studios. He's a good creator. Everyone's entitled to a bad video, and oh boy, was this video bad. But 99% of his stuff's good, so go check it out. Alright guys, I'm out. Bye.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.